This is a sweater that I was knitting for myself. I started a number of weeks ago, but going on holiday and then coming back, I had to get back into the habit of knitting. It took a little while. So anyway, when I started knitting this pattern, I didn't do a swatch for it, which I should have, and I forgot that this particular pattern, which you can see is a knit and purl pattern, knit 2, purl 2 on one row, and the next row all purl, and so on. It always comes out a little bit bigger, as I found through experience, because I knitted this for my children when they were young and for my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. But I forgot that this pattern always comes out a lot wider. And I started off doing a 36, and I've stitched the shoulders and the neck to show you what I had actually done. And I realised after I had done the back that it was going to be too wide. And I didn't like the thought of having to pull all that whole back out that I had knitted. So I decided to do the front a smaller size. So I done the front to a 34 instead of a 36. But when I come to shape the armholes, I made it the same number of stitches. I didn't take as many stitches off as I did for the back, so it would be the same size, because I'd want the shoulders and the front to match perfectly. But with this here, what I have to do is I'm going to have to stitch it so that that side seam doesn't come all the way the same position it would have been. So it'll come in slightly to the front. So when I come to set the sleeves, I'll have to stitch the sleeves up first, and when I come to set them in, I'll have to make sure that I don't set the seam in the exact place where that seam would have been there. I have to find the exact place here to stitch it. But that was my own fault, and being a bit lazy, not wanting to pull out where I had already knitted, and with that yarn already being knitted for a number of weeks, it would have set when I pulled it out. It would have been a lot finer. Probably would have had to wash the yarn to get the bulk back into it. So that's what I'm going to do, but I'll probably do larger seams. When I do sew these up, I'll probably do a larger seam than normal, because it still looks a little bit big. But you cannot really, when you're knitting something, you can't really measure it properly until you've finished that piece. So I'm hoping it'll be okay when it's all finished. If it's still too big, I'll probably be giving it away to somebody who would fit instead of me, but I'll let you know what happens when I do finish stitching it up. Annoying, really. This for any of you who saw the last videos I'd done, or the sweater that I was knitting then. This is what I'm wearing now. And I started it off as the back as a 36, and I realised it was going to be a little bit big, so I done the front to a 34. And this is how it came out for anybody that would like to see it.